my gosh! Wow, I need to calm down before I speak about this because my goodness, this is everything I've ever wanted and more in a K-drama, and I loved it. So much so that I'm not going to waste time on a long intro, so without further ado, let's get into it. Disclaimer, as per usual, this review will contain spoilers and these are all my subjective opinions about the drama, but I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Before I even begin, I have to point out that I have made an investment. I got a new mic, so hopefully the mic quality will be a lot better from now on and there'll be no annoying sounds in the background and no annoying, I don't know, it just sounds cleaner. It sounds a lot cleaner. But anyway, let's get on to the show. Sold Out on You follows home shopping host Ye-jin, a hardworking, committed and charismatic seller, the nation's favourite it seems, and reserved, moody farmer, CEO and researcher Matthew Lee, or Heyyyy, both of whom were involved in what was called the Good Morning Cream scandal, in which a cream with faulty products was distributed across the country and caused extreme, permanent skin damage to customers. This is a very prevalent plot point of the show and branches out into many subplots that are a result of this one incident. The main plot though involves the main three leads: Ye-jin, the seller, Matthew, the researcher/farmer, and Eric, the manufacturer. Wow, I got that first try. I didn't think I'd be able to say that first try. And they all band together to make a new product for the French cosmetic brand L'Etoile, of which Eric is the executive director. All the things that happen in the show are a result of this partnership, and for better or for worse, a lot happens to each of them before we get to an ending where everyone is happy, or semi-happy. I will leave out the main spoiler or plot twist, I guess, from this review because there is a lot more to it than just the two main leads and their involvement, but I don't want to spoil too much. The drama as a whole explores the dynamic between the main leads, their character progressions, how each of them progresses in their respective careers, how they heal, and how they eventually come to work together properly. And a little bit more than that. What I love the most about this show though is that it is, first and foremost, a drama, with romance as a result, not an inevitability, which I really liked. Both of these leads who have dealt with so much trauma in their lives manage to find each other and help each other as people first, and then get more intimate and more vulnerable as the show progresses. I genuinely thought when I started episode 1 that this was going to be a Once Upon a Small Town reincarnated, and if you watch episode 1 you'll know why, but I honestly think episode 1 is like low-key separate from the rest of the show, and I don't know why. Maybe that's just because I watched them so far apart, but I'm not sure. I am really trying to talk about each major part of the drama separately, but I have so much to say that it's all kind of getting muddled up in my brain as I speak, so I'm going to try and keep this structured and coherent as much as I possibly can. So let's start with the characters. Ye-jin is such an interesting character and is acted so well too, especially after seeing interviews with the actress, who is pretty much the stark opposite to her character. She's extremely driven and focused and is the top national home selling host in the country. I guess this must be quite a big thing in South Korea because I have to say, here in Britain, fame from teleshopping channels is laughable. The show opens with her on a window cleaning crane thingy, I don't know what they're called, the ones that people hang off and clean windows, hanging off a building where she's selling cloths, and if that doesn't already tell you everything you need to know about her, then I don't know what will. Another major plot point that's revealed through her character is that she struggles with insomnia due to past traumas, and as a result deals with sleepwalking to quite an extreme level, and other symptoms revealed in, I think, episode 3, in which is a common symptom of hers to call her mum in the night, something she isn't aware that she even does. This connects her quite closely to Matthew, who is actually the person on the other end of the call and not her mum. Her trauma stems from the Good Morning Cream incident, in which she was heavily blamed, despite being practically framed and forced into that position for reasons later revealed in the show, and also her relationship with her mum, who in the show is a famous actress who cut her off completely after the Good Morning Cream incident, which they'd hosted together. It's honestly really sad to see played out, and my goodness was it performed well. Huge props to Wonbin because she acted the heck out of this role and got a good few tears out of me, which admittedly isn't very hard, but still. I honestly did not expect this much character depth from what seemed to me from the trailers to be a cute and silly little romance, but I'm so happy with what we did get, and as a result we get such a great character arc from her, to the point where she's actively healing from her trauma, isn't suffering from insomnia anymore, is off her meds, and is in a happy relationship. I know it seems unrealistic for it all to just come together like that, but it's definitely not a linear path, and both her and Matthew have relapses and setbacks before being able to heal again with the help of the people around them and the ones that they love. Matthew Lee, or Mechori, or Haesok, because around here just one name isn't enough apparently, is the perfect character for An Hyo-sop, and I say that because I know how this man acts, and he acts the best in roles that have a lot of depth and more dramatic storylines. Like, yes, I loved him in Business Proposal, we know it's my favourite, but was it the best fit for his skill sets? No, I'll be honest, it wasn't. However, in a drama like A Time Called You, or even this one, he can show his range a lot better and the aspects of acting that he's really talented in. I loved his character so much, I don't know why, but I'm always really drawn to the male lead that's grumpy, reserved, but is secretly in love, and would actually do anything for the girl that he loves. Like, oh, it's so good! And you get to really see this through this drama too, because we get to see scenes where he's with other people and then a stark contrast from that to when he's either by himself or with Ye-jin when she's not in her right mind or sleepwalking, because you can see how much he really cares about her. It really is the bare minimum, isn't it? But seeing a man caring like that for a girl seems so alien nowadays. Anyway, he also deals with a lot of trauma after feeling the guilt from the Good Morning Cream incident that he had made to then witnessing one of his friends' suicide. These scenes were absolutely heartbreaking to watch, including the flashbacks to him at his worst too. The village literally saved him, which makes sense as to why he's so loyal to them and why they love him so much. I just love his character, and not just because I love An Hyo-sop, but because this role was performed brilliantly, and written brilliantly too. I can't give all the credit to the actors because there's only so much you can do with a bad script, and so much opportunity when you get a good one. I want to see more male leads like this, please and a thank you, and I'm so glad that character depth is becoming a much bigger focus in K-dramas because it really helps you connect with the characters. There was also a moment that really made me giggle where Ye-jin and Matthew are at his farm, and she's it's stupid. Why am I laughing? And she starts asking him to watch a drama with her about this and about that, and it's literally the plot of Business Proposal, with Love Maybe playing in the background. Tell me why I started screaming as if the most exciting thing had just happened, and it's literally just a cliche crossover moment between the dramas that they do every so often. And in this exact same episode, Som-yi mentions the Saja boys and calls out for Jinu. I was literally giggling writing this and now I'm giggling speaking this. Someone come and help me please. To which Matthew lifts his head and suddenly, wow, he... Oh my gosh! Why this is so silly, I'm not going to get through this. And suddenly, wow, he has Jinu's hat on. It's stupid, but the little moments like that make me, as you can tell, so unnecessarily excited and giddy, and are a nice breakup from the deep themes in the show as a whole, even if they are a little bit stupid. And I know I've just given the character depth in this show so much praise, but I'm about to contradict myself because a character I wasn't fond of, actually, I'm just gonna come right out and say it, a character I really didn't like was Eric. Like, bro, who are you? I found it so funny that they made his character, and his annoying sister too, French, but neither of them are even close to being French. Like, there are definitely French Korean actors out there. Heck, there are even Korean actors who speak French fluently, but they had to put in two actors who clearly do not speak French. It's so funny to me because do you really expect me to believe that they speak French when the Korean accent is so strong? Surely it would be the other way around if French was their first language. Make it make sense. But rant about French aside, I just didn't like his character, period. Like, he was just a bit of a wet lettuce to me. Sorry, that is a little bit harsh. But I know people will agree with me. I just don't understand him. I feel like, as the second male lead, we really should have gotten some more about him. Like, we know that he met Ye-jin before and seemingly fell in love at first sight and is now working with her and trying to make a move. First strike. And then he connects with her father and calls him father-in-law. Strike freaking two. And all the while, I just couldn't understand what he was about. He just kind of moped about wherever he went. At least his evil sister had some personality. Like, come on. Maybe I just didn't connect with this character. Albeit I can say that. Maybe I missed something, but even the way his storyline ended wasn't satisfying to me, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out why. On the flip side though, we did get a lot from the second female lead, whose name I'm not gonna butcher right now because I actually do find it quite hard to pronounce. She had a story behind her, and the cutest, sweetest little sister in the world. You're our favourite character really, Som-yi. One thing I did find crazy though is that, and this is a decent spoiler, so skip ahead here if you don't want to know that, she knew that Matthew, I keep wanting to call him Mechuri, was the one that had made the cream and as a result caused Som-yi skin damage, but she still liked him, even loved him. But she was extremely hard on Ye-jin, who'd only sold the product. I get that she knows Matthew a lot better, but surely he'd done the worst thing here? Even though it turns out he hadn't actually made the cream badly and had actually done a really good job, and it was another factor, but still, even he didn't know that until the very end of the show, so to me it doesn't really make sense. There are a plethora of other characters, but we'd be here all day if I spoke about all of them, so I will just do a little special mention to Kwang-mo and Seong-mi as a couple and as their separate characters because they were so entertaining and I would watch a show about them if they happened to do a spin-off. Please, Netflix. I'll be honest, I started episode 1 the day it came out and didn't pick it back up until all the episodes were out and the finale was out, because I wasn't hooked and I really didn't think I'd like it. That being said, I'm so glad that I did pick it back up again because I would have missed out on so much. I don't know about you, but I love when romance is the subplot. Don't get me wrong, I love a good rom-com and I am definitely a hopeless romantic, but I love when a K-drama is a drama, like I said earlier, because we get to learn so much more about the characters individually and not just how they are when they're together. This is often a problem when they're pure romances because we don't get to learn about who the characters are individually, but just how they are in a relationship. This is something I get quite passionate about if you couldn't already tell, or as you may have noticed from my other essays, especially Nevertheless, because people need to be individuals, even in TV shows. I know, crazy concept. I guess what I'm trying to say is, 1, if you've only watched episode 1, carry on, I promise it's worth it and the story is so good, and I think pretty unique as well. And 2, I am by no means shaming stories that do have romance as the main plot, because that's just the point of that story, and I just find that with full-blown romances, the characters aren't given the room to be themselves. Not all of the time, but a lot of the time. So, give Sold Out on You a go, because it definitely sold me, and I wouldn't be surprised if you got sold on it too, because man, this show has a story to it, and it's a show that will appeal to a wide variety of people. I, personally, really enjoyed it, if you couldn't tell, and so far, it may be my favourite 2026 release. I know, it's a bold claim, but it was honestly all I could have asked for. There was realistic romance, humour, deep themes, drama, excitement, tension, found family, friendships. Need I say more? I can't recommend this enough, and I urge you to watch it if you haven't already. The way it explores mental health, trauma, and healing is really beautiful and really successful in its portrayal without being over the top or unrealistic. I can't wait to see what more is to come like this year, as it seems to be a year of proper dramas from what I've watched so far, and I like it. So, enough watching me, go watch or rewatch Sold Out on You. Don't forget to subscribe here if you enjoy this kind of content. I post on here every Tuesday, and head over and subscribe to my Substack too, where you'll get content from me on both Tuesdays and Fridays, and some extra little bits throughout the week. As always, comment your thoughts and opinions on this drama down below. Maybe you agree with what I've said, maybe you don't. But that's all from me today. Until next time, my drama princes and princesses, stay dramatic, mwah!